What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Palantir Technologies with the ticker symbol PLTR. I will first be going over what I've seen in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So last time I looked at Palantir, which was right around December 28th. You can see that price has dropped down lower, and looks like it could be still headed lower. So let's go over the reasons why. Well, obviously price was in a nice strong uptrend, but the uptrend looks to be getting weak right now because price was barely able to make a new high. Looks kind of like a double top, resistance here, resistance here. Now we're seeing strong selling take place. Price is also below the short-term trend line as well. Looks like it is targeting support level of about 71. So it is a little bit more downside left, and we'll see if we get a bounce from there or not. If price doesn't bounce there, there's a good chance we see even lower prices from there. So, I mean, price is not going to always make these small little pullbacks. You can see that this was a small little pullback here, small little pullback here, small little pullbacks, and then it started getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, the market's going to have a relative size pullback related to this uptrend. So, a huge uptrend will lead to huge pullbacks. A small uptrend will lead to small pullbacks. So in this case, we've been only seeing small pullbacks. Now we're probably due for a bigger pullback in the market. So that's what looks like Palantir is setting up to do. If we don't bounce and hold that $71 level, there's going to be a decent sized drop coming, maybe down towards this gap right over here. I mean, that gaps don't always get filled, but this will be a good target if price does pick up the pace towards the downside. So we'll see what happens for Palantir in the short term. I mean, the long term, short term, it is looking a little bit bearish. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here's a look at the weekly chart. The EMA is right around the $56 level. So again, price likes to come back to the EMA when it's overextended. And in this case, it is. We have some trend lines in play. We have this trend line right here. And then price went inside of a steeper and steeper trend line. Then we have this trend line. And now it looks like we just broke that third trend line. So we have 1, 2, 3 trend lines. Now price broke the last bullish one, and it looks like it's coming back down in a bearish one. So there's some bearish momentum on the chart, and it looks like this can pick up towards the downside if we don't, consolidate at this higher price level. So again, there's some downside left for Palantir. Looking at the log scale chart, similar situation, a little bit overextended from that EMA. Price likes to come back to these EMAs, and we can draw a trend line as well. This one looks to be right about there. And then we had a steeper one right here. And now we have the steeper one right over here. So even the steepest trend line, we're still far away from it, probably to the mid 60s, that maybe price can bounce from and maintain the angle of attack higher. Because overall, it looks like there's still a measure move target that hasn't been reached, and the bulls can still reach it after this correction is over. This is all one large leg right here. This looks like the start of the second leg, and that's targeting right around the $95 level. So price was about $10 off. I mean, sometimes targets do come short. Sometimes we overshoot the targets. But I think as long as price is still above this bullish trend line on the log scale, we could probably see a bounce off of it and then higher prices. So something like this. Let me draw it out. So we could still see price come off this trend line, bounce, reach the target, and then maybe see a bigger size correction take place. Something like that. So we'll see what happens. Overall, looking for a little bit more short-term price action, probably the lower 70s, maybe even the mid 60s. And if as long as price can find support there, I'm looking for higher price targets, probably back up to the mid 90s, maybe in the triple digits. But if price fails and starts breaking these trend lines, I think there's a good drop for Palantir in the future. So all I have for PLTR on the daily weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.